It's called Marcellus shale and has enough natural gas to supply all of the US for 14 years. Although natural gas burns cleaner than fossil fuels, the extraction process proves to be catastrophic due to chemicals and methane gas seeping into drinking water and contaminating soil. Two ecologists worked to find the consequences of extracting natural gas through the process of hydrofracking. This is Bradford County, northeastern Pennsylvania. Once a quiet corner of the United States, now is at the center of intense drilling to produce natural gas through the process of hydraulic fracturing, other known as fracking. This process can pollute water, can pollute the environment, and can dramatically affect lives. Contamination of domestic water supplies is a recurring problem when it comes to hydraulic fracturing. Two ecologists talked to a lot of people that had the same problem when hydraulic fracturing happened close to their homes.
I didn't tell Ronnie anything about it until probably a couple of days later because it got worse. I thought maybe this will go away. I don't know what it is, but it didn't. And I said to him, I said, you know, we have a problem with our water.
Water is a commodity. You might not think it is when you have it and it's good. But when you lose it, it's gone. You'll never get it back. Like we would take a glass of water out of the tap and it would have like an oil base on the top. You could smell it. It would smell like diesel fuel or some kind of oil thing. You know, I used to go to my sink and get a glass of water. I can't do that anymore. I have to put lotion on my hands 3 times a day from using the water to even wash my dishes or wash my clothes.
None of those chemicals are potable. Methanol, hydrochloric acid, ethylene glycol. It's about half of 1% of the fracking fluid is a chemical, or is it really a cocktail of chemicals? And but do the math on that. That means that's 5,000 gallons per well is chemicals or toxic chemicals that goes in. So if there's 8 wells per pad site, that's 40,000 gallons.
Truman Burnett's retirement dream was ruined when a small amount of frack fluid was spilled onto his property.
Some health problems, and this was her recovery area, and we had a little bit of heaven. The only thing you heard at nighttime here was your heartbeat. Now it's just totally devastated. And the water dumped out, down off their pad, down across my land, into my pond, through the pond and into the wetland here alongside me. And what it did, it killed the pond, killed the fish, killed everything in the pond. No frogs, no turtles, nothing. Our drinking water in our house has high concentrations of lead. They've recommended, or they've told us not to drink it and don't bathe in it. From our heaven, now it's turned into our hell.
The estimate of the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Preservation is 1 serious environmental concern for every 150 wells drilled to date. If you do the math, if we're talking hundreds of thousands of wells, we're doing hundreds or thousands of spills. That's called cumulative impact. So it goes to the heart of your question, why are you not seeing all these things yet? Because the cumulative impact is accumulating. Come back in 10 years.
Ecologists met with an ex-gas industry employee who explained the site he worked on.
Some of the sites are well regulated, yeah, where DEP and OSHA and stuff like that, where they're right on them and stuff, yeah, they're well regulated. But the rest of the 95% of them, where they're not going to go out to the site and look at them, no. No, they're not well regulated. Some of them are real bad. I've seen chemicals come out of the side, literally the side. It looked like the mountain was bleeding. It looks like a plateau. They had the pad here, and they have like the barrier fence around it, and there was just like this red, nasty water just coming, just oozing out the side of the mountain, just the side of the hill. So they're not doing something right.
Chemicals are not the only dangerous component of frack water. Critics argue that there are many other, more dangerous substances.
These shale deposits are rich in radium, radium-226. The level of radium in the Marcellus is about 267 times the safe disposal amount, meaning it'll kill you.
Although denying to speak on camera, a spokesperson for the Marcellus Shale Coalition that represents the gas industry told ecologists that fracking is both safe and a panacea for America, offering a fuel that is both cleaner and a more secure choice than relying on foreign energy supplies.
Gas are not interchangeable. Petroleum is largely used for transportation. Natural gas is largely used for heating and for industrial activity. So until you can show me a plan as part of a national energy plan to transform our transportation system in the United States to one that uses natural gas, all right, that argument is specious. Natural gas burns cleaner than any other fossil fuel, but it is not cleaner in its life cycle. Studies that are being done at Cornell University right now that are going to be released soon in peer-reviewed journals will show conclusively that the life cycle cost in terms of carbon dioxide emission and methane emission from the development of gas from unconventional sources like shale is at least as dirty as coal.